Mancave Moments. We are here on the wonderful St. Patty's Day version.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's actually your namesake day on two levels.
It is. And I don't believe I'm a wee bit Irish. I could be, but I don't think I am.
Well, Ireland is the homeland for my ancestry, so. But with your last name being Green and first name being Patrick, yes, kind of plays into your day.
It does.
Maybe the only thing cooler, but I would like it to be. I mean, it's only 3 hours, so we could get there. But I think if you could put it in Indy, you're going to have a bigger draw as far as fans come because you can play it at, what is it, Gamebridge now? I don't even know what it's called these days. Conseco, Gamebridge.
Yeah.
So, I think that you're going to get more people there, and it's an easier city to fly in, fly out, and it's the home of the NCAA. So if they flip that down to Indy or flipped it over to Indy, I think that'd be really cool.
I don't like that.
What don't you like? Nebraska is an 8?
Yeah. I want to see the rest of this, but I feel like Nebraska's played better this year than they have in a long time.
Oh, yeah. Do you think...
And I think they're too high.
Like a 6?
5 or a 6, maybe?
7 at the worst?
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of, snubbing you a little bit, but, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's my Big Ten homerness.
Well, but they're a former Big 12 school, though, so they're not even they're not really a true Big Ten team. They've only been in the Big Ten since 11, maybe, somewhere between 11 and 13. So, Wisconsin, I think, played their way to a 5 with their run to the Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
God, James Madison.
Tough.
That is a very tough one. I almost like the Jimmies pulling the upset on Wisconsin.
I can see that.
The Jimmies played really well this year. They lost all 3 of their losses came in conference, so they finished like 3rd or 4th in the conference due to that.
Mm-hmm.
But they played a really good basketball this year, so I like the Jimmies. I'm going to take the Jimmies over Wisconsin as an upset special.
Okay.
Oh wow, 4 seed, man.
Do you feel like that's too low, or you feel like that's too high?
Well, considering we've lost 2 of our last 3. And then the last 3 games that we've played, we haven't shown up in the first 10 minutes. I think that's on par.
Okay.
I think that
I don't like that matchup for Duke.
Oh, I think they'll be fine. I think they get their toughest test is going to be Houston in the quarters. I was thinking a 3 or a 4 for them, but they just haven't played well. Now, granted, one of our...
What do you think about that one? NC State is a 14.
11.
11, I'm sorry. 11.
Well, here's the thing. It's probably...
They're on a run.
They're on a run, but I can see them beating Texas Tech, though. DJ Burns is a big dude.
Yeah.
Huge dude.
Yep.
I don't think Texas Tech is anybody to stop him. And he is probably... If you put LeBron James in Shaq's body, that's what it's like as far as the passing goes.
Gotcha.
He can't shoot unless he's within 4 or 5 feet. He hits 8 to 10s, probably 30 to 40% of the time, but anything within 6 feet, he makes every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So I like NC State over Texas Tech. Kentucky's been too sporadic for me to be at 3. I could see Duke and Kentucky being flip-flopped.
Yeah.
And I think that would have been good. So that would have been real good to watch that. But 3-4. What do you're splitting hairs there?
Yeah.
So, but Boise State.
We got to play like a Boise State, Colorado.
Colorado won. Did they win last night? I don't know because that game was on at like 10 o'clock, and I don't even go to bed.
I went to bed
because it was Colorado, Oregon, and I'm not sure who won. Florida, I don't know enough about to say anything. So, yeah. But right now it looks like Kentucky coming out of the bottom half of the South. Ooh, Marquette. I like Marquette. I think Marquette being a 2 seed is really good. Who is their coach? Who is at VMU and then went to Texas? Oh, I can't remember his name.
Shaka?
Yeah, Shaka Smart. Yeah. It was Marquette now. I like Marquette. I'm going to go chalk out of the South as far as the 2 seeds. So Marquette, Houston. I like NC State. I like Kentucky. I like Florida. I like Marquette. I like Texas. I like Kentucky. I think Texas Tech will beat Kentucky. I think Kentucky will get in their heads. So, but from the top, and I've got Duke, James Madison. I'll stick with the hot hand of Nebraska and Houston. Obviously, Houston. I'm going to go Duke over the Jimmies. I need to think with my head versus my heart. I think Houston's going to be too good for Duke. It'll be a rematch of the '90 season when Duke played Houston when Houston won in '90.
Okay. You got Houston in the Elite Eight?
I think I have Houston in the Elite Eight.
Okay.
I'm going to think with my head on this one instead of my heart. Now, Duke didn't have one of their better shooters the last probably 8 games of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So if he comes back and he's healthy, okay, maybe. But the way they've been playing, really lethargic basketball lately. It's quite annoying to me, being a Duke fan. John Shire needs to find a way to rally his team, get them in, because we watched the North Carolina game last weekend, and the North Carolina just shit on Duke for the first 8 minutes of the game.
Oh, yeah.
If you take those 8 minutes out, Duke
played like Duke. At some point, Duke's going to go down. I think we both can agree on that.
I agree.
I'm going to be the guy that goes out on a limb and says they go down first. Now, if you tell me that Duke comes out of that bracket into the Final Four, that's not going to surprise me either.
No, it depends on which Duke team shows up. Are you going to get the Duke team that throttled North Carolina State at North Carolina State a week and a half ago, where they just shot 62% from the field, played great defense? Or are you going to get the Duke that doesn't want to play basketball for the first 5 minutes?
Yep.
And at that point, Vermont's probably going to be up 15-8.
Yeah, something like that.
And if
and they're going to play defense.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I got Houston over James Madison, and then the bottom half I got NC State, Kentucky winning. I'm going to go with. I feel like Colorado's going to beat Boise State, and I think they're going to come in and beat Florida. But that's going to be where they stop. I got Marquette running all the way to the Final Four.
You like Marquette over Houston?
I like Marquette over Houston.
I'm not going to argue with that. I do like Marquette. Marquette's a tough squad, but they're a great basketball team. Shaka Smart has a great March pedigree. He is probably the new age Izzo in March. Izzo is known for March Madness. But I think Shaka's up there with him. He was at VCU, not VCU, Virginia Commonwealth, before he went to Texas. Didn't do a great job at Texas. I think he went from a real small school to a huge school too fast. He didn't get that mid-major in. So I think that's why he struggled at Texas. But I do like Shaka Smart, and I'll second you on the Marquette over Houston. But I do like Houston versus Duke in the Sweet 16 to get to the Elite Eight. What was your biggest surprise of the conference weekend?
I think you hit on it earlier. The number one team's going down so fast. We talk about parity in the NFL.
Yeah.
The parity this year in college basketball
was crazy.
There is no one wanted to be number one. No one wanted to seize the moment and keep it.
They didn't want to be number one long term.
Correct.
Like they wanted to get there and they got there and then they just sloughed off for a game or two.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think you're spot on. I was most surprised to see North Carolina State going 5 in a row. 5 games, 5 days.
Yeah.
Nobody has done that since UConn did it a few years back. When they won the Big East, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, they had to play 5 and 5. The only longer run that there has been, to my knowledge, was Syracuse when they were in the Big East before they joined the ACC.
Where they had the massive Big East.
They won their first 6 games.
I know that's a struggle I have right now.
Because who did they get beat by Friday?
Who?
Purdue.
Wisconsin?
Was it? Yeah, it was Wisconsin.
Saturday
Time. You're up 2 with 10 seconds left, and you don't want to foul, and you don't want to give up a 3, right?
Yeah.
But why do you give up a wide open lane to the rim? Did you see the highlights at all?
I did not.
You could have drove the lane.
No,
you could have drove the lane and made
it
the lane.
pretty slow.
And the way that they just let that guy just run down the lane and make his wide open layup, it was awful. Awful basketball. Matt Painter should have got those guys on the line as soon as practice was over. You know what? As soon as regulation was over, before overtime started, and we're doing down and backs or suicides.
Yeah.
It was pathetic. Like, I can't. Well, I'm going to take a quick break while this is on commercial.
All right.
So,
All right. Well, we definitely appreciate y'all joining us again. Trying to get back at this. Going to be some new editing going on. We're going to try and make it look pretty. We're going to try and make it work. No clue what that means. No clue how that's going to be. Just make sure that when you're here, you come in, we enjoy it. Hit that button, like, subscribe. We appreciate each and every one of you that takes the time to watch our podcast as we're going through this commercial. And it sounds like we got some more beverages coming after we got to enjoy this fantastic green beer in honor of St. Patty's Day. Of course, as soon as I get home, my wife's going to ask why my tongue's green. But
you went down on track, apparently.
wow. Wow. That's terrible.
But it's funny.
I don't know if it is. I think it's more proved than funny.
Well,
And disturbing that your mind goes there.
but we are talking about me here.
That is true. That is true. So. Wow. Yeah, I mean, if just looking at this, and we haven't hit the West. If you tell me that there are going to be at least 3 Big East teams in the Final Four, I see a path for it with UConn, Marquette, and Creighton.
Did I say Marquette or Creighton or Marquette?
I think you took Houston in there. You took Houston.
All right, so I've been wanting to try this for several months.
Okay.
Penelope Barrel Strength. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Haven't tried it yet. It's been hard to find, but we're at Costco or Sam's Club today.
Oh, and they had it.
They had it, and I picked that up real quick when I saw it. So, on the nose, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I got a good nose.
I think that's tasty. I like it.
I didn't.
They got it at 4 seed.
UConn was the number 1 overall, so they got the East.
Yeah.
Purdue probably was the second number 1.
So they got the Midwest.
They got the Midwest.
Texas is the most South team.
It is, yeah.
I could have seen Texas going out west, or not Texas. It wasn't Texas. Houston. I could see Houston go out west, and North Carolina taking the South, just because geographically, I think that would have made more sense since Houston got blown out by 20.
There's an interesting.
I'm taking MSU all day. I'm taking Tom Izzo. I will not.
Really?
I won't bet against. I don't care. I will not bet against Tom Izzo in the first round. I hope Howard wins.
If I take MSU to win that game, does it count?
I think it does. I like it.
Mississippi State.
I know what you're doing, you dumbass.
Oh, we got St. Mary's as a 5.
God, that's a. I was expecting them to be a 4. I was expecting them to be a 4.
Well, I mean, so they're putting them on par with Gonzaga. Grand Canyon's been up and coming. That's a tough matchup for them.
Trivia question for you: who's Grand Canyon's coach?
Shit, it's somebody I should know, isn't it?
Yes, you should. 1996. Think 96 in your head.
Christian Laettner?
That was 91.
Grant Hill?
That was 91 and 92.
96.
The shot. Bryce Drew
Coming
down the right lane.
Gotcha.
Okay, I like Bama over Char. Okay, Bama. I think 4 seed for Bama is on par.
Okay.
I think that's right in line with where Bama's played this year. We got at 6. Clemson. I told you Clemson was going to be in it. I'm surprised. I'm still shocked that Virginia made it.
I mean, they're making the play in at the. What are we at?
Yeah, Colorado State. No, was it Colorado State?
Yeah, that's a 10 seed, Colorado State.
Yeah, but it's Colorado
Oh,
State,
even
Virginia
Mexico.
as the 10 seed.
Correct.
Where is Steve Alford still coaching anywhere? Or is he done?
That's a question I don't know the answer to.
I hope they get rid of Woodson and IU.
He's coming back. They've already made the announcement.
He can't recruit. Look at the Bears.
Here's the thing about that. They put people in the league now. They've put people in the league.
Yeah, but they put people in the league because of one and done, not because he's a good coach.
I'm not arguing with you on that.
So
They get that next level. They're not getting the Kentucky, the Duke guy that's one and done. They're getting that next level of one and
that
done.
should be two.
But they're only getting one of them.
Well, next commercial.
I don't know. Do you want to create a group and see how many goofballs we can get to join our group?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it sounds like we're going to try and create a group in the ESPN Bracket Challenge. We're going to go something with the Mancave Moments group, so kind of take a look at it. Please go ahead and send us a message. Leave us a comment once it's posted on Thursday. If you want to join in the group.
They won in 06, 07 season, 07, 08 season.
So 708. Okay.
Yep, so you were spot on.
Yeah.
Pretty spot on. So, all right, hot take for IU.
Hot take for AU.
IU, their biggest flaw in their program is they don't recruit in state.
Correct.
So
Purdue gets all of the Indians.
So of Purdue starters, 3 of them are from Purdue, and their 6'7" guy is from Indiana as well. Yep. One of there's Fletcher Lawyer, Fort Wayne kid at Homestead, and they have Caleb First from Blackhawk Christian.
Yep.
IU, one kid from Indiana. Period. So that's their first downfall.
Yep.
Number 2, they've had the exact same uniforms since the inception of Indiana basketball.
Pretty much.
It's red or white with red trim, red lettering. Indiana across the front.
Yep.
And then flip it to the other ones. It's red jerseys, white everything else. Indiana block lettering across the front, no names on the back, and they're an Adidas school. Okay. Biggest thing that I see in today's youth, they want to be the flashiest kids. They want their names to be on the back of their jerseys. When you're going down the hallway of school, you see LeBrons, you see Steph Curry's, you see KD's, you see Kyrie Irving's, you see Jordan's.
Yeah.
Name one person in professional basketball that you can remember that was an Adidas guy.
I can't.
Exactly. The last one was Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
He was a big Dwayne Wade was a Converse guy. Converse was bought by Adidas. He became an Adidas guy before LeBron James joined his squad in Miami. They don't want to wear the Adidas clothes. They want their names on the back of their jersey. They want the newest, latest shoes, Nike, Under Armour. I would even say New Balance is even coming up ahead of Adidas in the basketball world.
Yeah.
But I want to see a change up in uniform. I want to see a gray uniform. I want to see Indiana written in script across the front. I want to see Hoosiers written in script across the front. I want to see their last names on their jerseys because I guarantee you that's going to get them from 2, 3, 4 stars, 3, 4, 5 stars.
I can see that. I'm not a huge fan of the name on the back of the jersey, but I can acquiesce and let it come through. But a third jersey, a gray. I like a gray. Build in the crimson and the cream to the gray. I like the script. I like the script Indiana. I like the script Hoosiers. I think that's
so. I think you go 4 jerseys.
Neat.
I think you go 4 jerseys. You get the classic red, the classic white.
Okay.
You get the gray, Hoosiers and script.
Okay.
With red letter.
Yep.
Red numbers. Red name.
Yep.
Then you also have I would throw a black in there.
Okay.
White lettering.
Okay.
Indiana in script.
I like it.
If you bring those 2 jerseys in, throw the names on the back, stay Adidas until the contract runs out.
Yep.
You're going to start to see with the flashiness and the extra.
Yeah.
I think you have to stay with the candy stripe tearaways.
You do.
The tops,
no one cares.
Who cares?
No one cares.
Who cares? I don't care. But you got to stick with the candy stripers. And I think that you need to reevaluate your contract with Adidas when that time comes up. Even if you went to Nike or Under Armour.
Yeah.
I mean, who was the last big name out of Indiana? Victor Oladipo?
He's one who's had the most success. lately out of IU.
And yeah, I think I couldn't tell you who his shoe deal was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't with Adidas. I mean, it doesn't really matter where they go, Nike, Under Armour. They go to one of those. I bet you start to see more 4s and 5s come to Indiana, and you start recruiting state.
Yeah.
Yep. That's my hot take, all you Hoosiers fans out there. That's my hot take on that. So, you got a hot take?
I actually don't have one today. Like I said, to me, it's just a day of appreciation, being able to celebrate St. Patty's Day, watch a little March Madness. I was able to get 3 TVs going at one point this weekend.
I know, you texted me.
Wife yelled at me already, but trying to get her prepped for next week.
So, yeah, because that's Thursday, Friday,
Saturday, Sunday.
less games at the same time, Friday or Saturday, Sunday on correct. So I think Friday we'll do your house.
Yep.
You get the 3 TVs going, and then maybe a laptop for the 4th.
Yep.
Because we can have all of the YouTube TVs going, because we'll have one of the TVs on CBS doesn't require the YouTube TV, and then you can use my other movies, the other 3 screens for the 3 games, the True, the TBS, TNT, so we can get all 4 games going at the same time. So
It's kind of like having our own personal B-dubs, only without having to pay all the extra fees.
what should we do for food? That might be a tower order.
We probably could order from Waiter on the Way and request our special driver, Josh Holbrook, to be the one to deliver it for us.
All right, we're gonna call him. We'll call him this week. All right. Well, why don't we work on that Friday? We'll do tower wings, man. We haven't been there in a long
We
time.
have.
So, Penelope barrel strength. I mean, pretty good, pretty solid.
I definitely would have another glass every day. Definitely finish the bottle. I like it.
It was tasty. I'm glad we picked it up today. So, all right. Well, cheers, and I look forward to watching some basketball over the next couple weeks.
Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see how bad we did at the end of this thing.
Tell them how bad we did last year.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. Please go back and watch. I believe we were talking in episode 10, episode 9 about March Madness last year. So since we're in season 2, we're starting off season
Let's tell you
2.
what we should do. We should put the link on the bottom of this.
It'll be in the link.
For
Get it added
for
the
that
previous one.
Yeah, see how bad we are.
Again, thank you for watching, and have a great week.
Have a good one.